Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm the LeaderMan's hideous sidekick, Matt Horsley, on a lovely day. The text line number is 910-690-0116, 910-690-0116. International rates do apply.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com. If you're logged in on our website at talk973.com, the link is right there in the top middle of the page. If you're on a mobile device, well, you can get it with your YouTube app. Just put Mornings with the LeaderMan, all one word, into the search. If you're on your mobile device just needing our crystal clear digital audio stream, well, that's available to you through many platforms, including TuneIn and iTunes. Just put WEEB in the search. Or you can always get it 24/7, 365 on our website at talk973.com, upper right-hand corner of any page. Just tap that icon that says Listen Live, and you're listening that quick. Some of those listening online this morning, we got them all over the place. Cornelius, United States, Charlotte, Rochester, New York. Clayton is online this morning. Look out, Mountain, Georgia. A lot of people in Southern Pines listening online. Brenham, Texas. Chicago is online. Moose Lake, Canada. Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Lots of people in Canada listening. Colorado Springs, Springfield, Illinois. Milwaukee's online. Boise, Idaho. Here's one. Maybe you know it. Monongahela, Pennsylvania. Stillwater.
I haven't heard. Sounds Indian, though.
Yeah. Stillwater, Minnesota. Syracuse, New York. Elmer, Alabama. Ashburn, Virginia. Here's a good one. Swampscott, Massachusetts. Haven't seen that one before. District Heights, Maryland. Fayetteville's online in Walstenburg, North Carolina with us. To some of the thousands tuned in online, it's a little random sample of them. But thanks for listening to the Sandhills #1 morning program, Mornings with the LeaderMan. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area is going to be, well, a lot warmer than it has been. So
you can all stop tapping your feet and hands now. That song's over.
Yeah. Mostly sunny today. This will be the warmest day of the week, 81 today. Then we start a gentle cool down, not to where you're cold, but comfortable. Clear tonight, a little 61. Tomorrow, sunny, 73. That's pretty good, but not as good as it's going to be Friday and Saturday. Friday's going to be sunny and 64. Saturday, sunny and 67. And Sunday, sunny, partly cloudy, 68. So, I think I can handle a year's worth of that. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm, visibility 10 statute miles, humidity 75%, dew point reasonable at 46. You'll be dying for that in June, July, August, September, October. You know what I'm talking about. Humidity, pressure is 2991. Sunny, 54 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM. At 990 AM WEEB. Well, thousands of taxpayers were inconvenienced yesterday when the IRS website went down. Luckily, we have an IRS representative on the phone to help us out. Don't forget, you got through to today to file your taxes because they had a computer glitch where people couldn't get on and get them filed. So they extended the filing date by 1 day. But here's good morning, Mr. IRS.
Thank you. It's great to be on your program. Now, in the event that your listeners were among those affected, they may call this special IRS forgiveness hotline, and the late fee will be completely waived. It's 800 You Are Too Late. No, it's really 800. I'm sorry, did I cut out? Try 800, we got your cash, sucker! Sucker! Maybe check out our website. Don't wait till the last minute, dummy.
Yeah.
Wow, what a jerk.
The new improved IRS line, I guess.
Well, that's pretty much the IRS.
Now, the real IRS comes in and says, oh, we could care less what your situation is. We could care less you're trying to get us paid back. We could care less you have a plan to get us paid back. We're just going to take all your stuff.
Now, we just did
Period.
that. We just did that quiz the other day. Is it could care less or couldn't care less?
Couldn't care less.
That's right.
Well, excuse me for using this southern idioms or slang that we use down here.
Nah, you don't want to be a southern idiot. Come on.
I didn't say idiot.
Oh, my mistake.
You damn Westerners that come here and try to tell us here in the South, you try to talk Southern, you can't do it.
No, there are people that say that in the South and the Northeast. I mean, in the West and the Northeast, too.
My second wife came from
You're all a bunch of ignoramuses.
Second wife came from San Francisco, and that's where I ran into her. And she just thought that Southern accent was so sexy. And I wasn't trying to sound Southern at the time when I was talking. And I've been in radio. I've always been in radio since I was 16, to some degree, you know, part-time.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like everybody's got to have their outlet, and that was mine.
Yep.
So anyway, met her, and she just oozed over the Southern accent. What a time. It was a bad time to have a Southern accent, that's all I can say.
Don't.
That was an expensive Southern accent. Oof.
Well, when it comes to my correcting you, only I know all the answers.
No.
And we're going to prove that later.
Oh. Yeah. Well, the true know-it-all quiz is tomorrow.
We'll prove it tomorrow, too. Like I do every day.
When we prove that you fail at every one of them.
I just hope you ask me lots of questions about sports and Hollywood.
How did we say this word? Is it Coachella?
Coachella?
Coachella. The second weekend of Coachella is coming up. Worried you're missing out on an awesome concert experience? Well, listen up to this.
If you like windy, painful dust storms, hiking until your feet hurt, standing for hours in extreme temperatures, and spending outrageous amounts of money for food and drink, then visit Coachella. The concert in the desert. If you appreciate drunk girls screaming and savor the smell of puke and urine, go to Coachella. If you think you're attractive, think again. All the young, svelte, gorgeous, rich kids from Hollywood with their 0.7% body fat and designer clothes will be there, and you will look homeless in your t-shirt and shorts. Coachella. Because one weekend of immature amateurs is never enough. Oh, and good luck getting home.
Yes, Mr. FKA, friggin' know-it-all, just realized it is not Coachella.
No, I
it's
didn't.
Coachella.
No, it isn't.
Yes, that's
No.
what he said.
Yeah, he's northeastern ignoramus. Technically, it's Coachella. But, or
No.
Coachella. But
No,
that's all right. We'll do it your way.
Not.
Yes, it is.
Not in America.
Right, in America, it's Coachella.
It's Coachella. So there you go.
Stephen, you ignorant slut, of all the dried-up, hagged-out ideas, that's certainly
another-
the worst you've come up with today.
That's another thing about FKAs. They can't be wrong. They'll argue their wrongness to the last breath.
All right. All you Spanish speakers,
No, I mean, it's like...
descend on
it's
him like a plague.
Like you go to Mexico, they go, Mexico. Well, that's correct in Mexico. But in America, we identify it as Mexico.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like the correct pronunciation.
Wait a second. Wait, Steve, before you give this now. Where am I from? From California.
The Matt
Where
zone.
is that valley? California. Now go ahead and tell me how to pronounce things in the South.
Yeah, you come to the South thinking that we're a bunch of dummies, but here you are.
Not dummies.
Proving how stupid you are.
Not dummies. Go ahead. What were you going to tell us is the correct spelling?
Well, you're from
the correct pronunciation.
The zone. I mean, so watch it.
Wait, what were you going to tell us was the correct pronunciation of someplace?
Now I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Because you wouldn't shut the hell up. Worse than my ex-wife. Yaddy, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Just as you think the argument's over, no, and you got the last word, no. That's the first word of the next argument. It just keeps going. I can pick 'em, boy. Whew. Next time I won't be so, well, there won't be a next time that I know of. Never say never, but I just start out giving them a car, giving them a house. And
I don't know, Steve. You're looking pretty good to me right now.
Be done with it.
In these new days.
Well, sad news. Former Barbara Bush died. You're doing weird things in here. Former First Lady Barbara Bush died yesterday at the age of 92. Here she is in 1994 talking to Larry King about her amazing life.
I looked and the airplane went into the White House and a lot of things happened. The Pope, Arafat met with Rabin. A lot of things happened. And I sat and watched the news. Darling Jessica Tandy died and Hume Cronin. And I thought, you know, I knew every single person or place that was on that television set, thanks to George Bush, with the exception of Arafat, and George did meet him this year, but every other person knew me, and I knew them.
Quite a life.
That's an amazing life, because I always knew that I was lucky and that life had been good to me, but I really remembered again how really good it had been. I love people. I really loved living in the White House, but I don't miss it at all.
Don't you miss what you love?
No. No, because I got more. We're having the best time you've ever known.
Okay. I'm not going to belabor it because all the TV coverage is pretty much centered on this. One other thing I'll play. Dana Carvey tells a funny story about Barbara Bush after her husband was defeated by Bill Clinton in 1992. Remember, Bill got a plurality. He never got the majority of the vote. Ross Perot came in. Ross Perot hadn't been there, then George Sr. would have stomped Bill right in the ground on election night. It would not have even been close. But Ross was able to pick off enough votes. He was the spoiler that got Bill Clinton in. And, of course, it's been kind of that way since then. I mean, you have the Green Party that has picked off just enough votes for the Democrats to lose, and who was it? Johnson that ran this last time as an independent.
I can't think of her name.
It was the governor.
Oh, you mean he was running
Gary
as
Johnson. Gary Johnson.
Gary
yeah.
Johnson was running as a
he didn't know what Aleppo was.
Libertarian.
All right. Well, you had him, and you had a Green Party candidate. They both picked off enough votes, maybe equally, from both sides. But anyway, let's see. Here, Dana Carvey's story.
Jill Stein was the Green
yeah,
Party.
Yeah. And before that, it was the consumer guy.
Yeah. I was just talking.
Ralph Nader.
And Ralph Nader's a radical. He's kind of a Marxist, but people loved him because of his consumer advocacy stuff that seemed good at the time.
Well, he picked off just enough votes to get Bush in. The second Bush. Here's Dana Carvey.
We walked into their bedroom, and there's a big wall of televisions. And on one TV was a close-up of Bill Clinton, the new president. Another TV, there was a picture of Ross Perot. So they're side by side. And she just walks in, looks over, sees the two of them, and goes, I can't figure out which clown to look at.
I'm just rolling in the aisles on that one. Okay, a little more serious stuff. That's serious, but the engine exploded on a Southwest flight from New York to Dallas yesterday. The debris shattered one of the windows, and a 43-year-old female passenger got sucked halfway out. which happens at 30,000 feet with the rapid decompression. She was pulled back by other passengers. I've heard it explained two ways, that the decompression pulled her toward the windows, but not into the window. But she had already been hit by a piece of flying metal.
It's a terrible story.
That's what killed her. And she died later in the hospital. The pilot stayed calm, though, and landed the plane safely. It happened 20 minutes after they left LaGuardia out of New York. The pilot's name is Tammy Jo Schultz. Former Air Force pilot, flew F-15s. Actually, she used to be a Navy pilot. And was reported that she was one of the first female F-18 pilots in history. But she stayed calm during the whole ordeal.
Southwest 1380. I understand your emergency. Let me know when you want to go in.
Yeah, we have a part of the aircraft missing, so we're going to need to slow down a bit.
Southwest 1380. Speed is your discretion. Maintain at any altitude above 3,000 feet.
Southwest 1380, like to start turning inbound.
Southwest 1380, just start turning southbound there. There's a Southwest 737 on a 4-mile final. Will be turning southbound. Start looking for the airport. It's off to your right and slightly behind you there. And altitude is your discretion. Use caution for the downtown area.
Okay, could you have the medical meet us there on the runway as well? We've got injured passengers.
Injured passengers, okay. And is your airplane physically on fire?
No, it's not on fire, but part of it's missing. They said there was a hole and someone went out.
Never good when the tower hears part of the airplane missing.
Yeah. So,
but see,
if you sit down and you find out she's your pilot, you can take a deep breath and relax a little bit.
Yeah, but they had to go into almost a free fall. I mean, it was almost a straight down dive to get down below 10,000 feet so that the oxygen wouldn't become an issue, since they had no compression in the cabin. So that's why the oxygen mask dropped for people to breathe, but still it took them 5 minutes. They dropped from 30 to 10.
She sounded like more of a cool cucumber than the tower guy did. He sounded nervous, which I can understand.
Well, he's scrambling to accommodate that plane. And I'm sure some of the transmissions you didn't hear was him clearing traffic out of the way. Let's see. One of the passengers on board, named Marty Martinez, started live streaming on Facebook while the plane was still in the air. He talked to local news when the plane landed before they even evacuated everyone.
What happened was the engine exploded, and when it exploded, it broke a window in row 17. And that window caused all the oxygen out of the plane. And that woman was critically injured and was taken off of the plane. And there was blood everywhere. It felt like it was free falling, going all the way, going down. And we were probably like going down to like 10, 15 minutes. And of course, everyone's freaking out. Everybody's crying. And of course, I had Wi-Fi, and I knew I couldn't get any sort of text messages through. So I jumped on Facebook Live, and I thought I was like cataloging the last moments of my existence.
Well, fortunately, it turned out as well as could be expected. Did lose the one life, and that in itself is sad. But
mother of 2 children.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse, but it was bad enough as it was. Let's see. Roseanne last night. David comes back and tells Darlene he met someone. Part of this clip you heard yesterday.
I met someone. Her name's Blue.
So let me get this straight. While I have been picking up kids' clothes, dealing with meltdowns, cleaning up vomit, you're dating a crayon?
I know. I'm sorry, but she's really good for me. And that's just going to make me be better for you and the kids.
So how serious is this thing?
Well, Blue says she won't merge our spiritual paths until you and I sign divorce papers.
Okay, so what if I don't want a divorce?
Why wouldn't you? We both hate me.
how I feel about you, David. You come in here, you throw all this stuff at me.
I thought you would want this. I didn't mean to stress you out. Now I'm stressed out. Okay, well, now I'm stressed out and turned on. What am I going to tell Blue?
Tell her she's got a stupid name.
All right, and then the other bit I got, Darlene tells David it'll never work between them.
So, let's go give everyone the good news. I don't think your dad will kill me in front of the kids.
David, there's no good news.
What do you mean?
Just not going to work.
Sure it is. We worked last night.
First of all, I remember doing most of the work. The truth is, we're delusional if we think we can make each other happy. We're going to fight, you're going to run, and we're going to break the kids' hearts.
We talked. We know what went wrong. We belong together. You're the first person I loved, and I still love you.
I love you too. You know, and if it was just us, I swear I would keep doing this over and over again, even if it never worked. But it's not just us.
So, what now?
You're going to do what you came here to do. You're going to be a great father. You can do that, right?
Yeah, I can.
Good. Mark's got a parent-teacher night in a month, so you be there. Okay.
What's Mark like?
He's really artistic, very sweet like you. And he likes to wear dresses. So now you're all caught up.
Okay, the Roseanne highlights last night. Let's see, the late night boys, they look down their nose at half of the country boys. Fallon talks about Stormy Daniels and tax day.
That's right, it's tax day. Of course, Stormy Daniels did her taxes. I thought this was interesting. She listed her hush money from Donald Trump under gross income. And I thought that was very interesting. Of course, I'm just kidding, but she did list sleeping with Trump as a charitable donation. And that I'm not kidding about. Actually, tax day is tricky for President Trump. Under filing status, he crossed out married and wrote, it's complicated.
Yeah, she continues to play the press like a fiddle to keep herself, I put this in quotes, relevant out there so that those that just got to go see Stormy. She's doing a tour right now at the strip clubs called Make America Horny Again.
Oh, and man, is it good.
Yeah, and I wonder what the cover is on one of her shows.
Well, I don't know. You and I, what was it, Steve? I know you just went yesterday. How much was it?
But there's just enough people out there to keep pouring the money into her, so she's going to keep playing this thing to keep her name relevant. I mean, 2 months ago, nobody knew who she was, and all of a sudden, she's a household name.
Well, you know, I don't defend anything Trump's done, except that we elected him knowing, he had admitted being a philanderer and whatever, but I'm just curious about how do you have a non-disclosure agreement for which you got paid a lot of money, and then you can disclose it?
Yeah.
I'm also curious about, I'm concerned about the breakdown in rule of law with...
what does it say about America when we make celebrities out of sluts?
Well,
I mean, here was a
that's
porn
different
star.
Subject,
Porn star. And now
she's an adult film actress.
Yeah, right. She's having sex for money on film. That's what it is. Is that who we are? All right, moving on. Colbert. Yeah, it's born Corbett, but changed it to Colbert in order to sound more snooty and more aloof. Anyway, former FBI Director Comey was on Colbert last night to promote his book and talk smack about Trump. We'll listen to 32 seconds of it.
He has called you in the last few days. He has called you Slippery Jim. And he has called you a slime ball. Anything to say back?
No, he's tweeted at me probably 50 times. I've been gone for a year. I'm like a breakup he can't get over. He wakes up in the morning.
Wow.
I'm out there living my best life. He wakes up in the morning and tweets at me.
Wow. He needs to move on, huh?
He's out there breaking the law with impunity and cashing in on it. What a country.
You know, it's interesting as you listen to these things, it kind of becomes obvious over time of what's been written for them and what hasn't. That was a written line.
Okay, let's take a look at this day in history. It's on this day. Back 41, let's see, no, we'll go further back than that. 243 years ago, in 1775, Paul Revere began his famous ride. Do you know where he rode his horse from and to?
Oh, man. Lexington.
Charlestown to Lexington, Massachusetts. Warning American colonists that the British are coming. The British are coming.
And did Dawes go to Concord?
I have no idea. 112 years ago, in 1906, the great San Francisco earthquake struck at 5:13 in the morning. It was estimated at 7.9 to 8.3 on the Richter scale and was followed by a raging fires that took weeks to fully contain. About 700 people died. Some 250,000 were left homeless. In 1923, the first game was played at Yankee Stadium. They beat the Red Sox 4-1. Babe Ruth hit the stadium's first home run, and 2 men were arrested for scalping. One tried to sell his $1.10 ticket for $1.25. The other wanted $1.50.
Now, they've pretty much done away with the scalping laws, right?
Yeah, because you got StubHub and all that good stuff where you can bid on a ticket.
That was just cronyism.
84 years ago, 1934, the first laundromat opened in Fort Worth, Texas. 1955, super genius Albert Einstein died in Princeton. He was 76. Let's see, 50 years ago in 68, London Bridge was sold to an American by the name of Robert McCullough for $1.757 million. It was later disassembled and rebuilt in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Is that right?
Havasu.
No, I'll have a Lisa, if that's all right.
A what?
I said I have a suit.
Oh, don't have a suit.
I'll have a Lisa.
Take 2 of them.
You can have a Stormy. Arizona was near.
Well, if the Lisa you're taking is the one in the Mona Lisa, then yeah, I'll take Stormy.
In 77, Alex Haley won the Pulitzer Prize for what book?
Roots, which we now know had a lot of fabrication in it.
And, well, writer embellishment, we call it.
Well, apparently he really embellished some stuff.
In 1979, actor Lee Marvin was ordered to pay his ex-girlfriend $104,000 in the first palimony lawsuit. Lee Marvin, by the way, a World War II hero.
He was.
Yeah. And in 1983, the Disney Channel began broadcasting. 84, Michael Jackson went under scalp surgery to repair the damage done to his curls when they caught on fire during the filming of a Pepsi commercial.
Darn. Talk about a scary thing.
The incident is now widely accepted as the cause of Michael's drug addiction, but ultimately led to his death. Birthdays today. Let's see who we have. Let's go to this source here. We got Kourtney Kardashian, 29 today. Melissa Joan Hart hits birthday number 42 today. It's been a few years since she was in Sabrina. Eric McCormick from Will and Grace, 55. Conan O'Brien, 55. Rick Moranis, 65 years old today, from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. James Wood, 71. And Haley Mills, 72 today. There was one soundbite that didn't play that I wanted to play. Where is it? Let's see. Give me a second.
While you're looking at that, I've reminded myself, Dawes and...
There it is.
Dawes and Revere took separate routes to arrive at the same place.
Steve Harvey was on Ellen yesterday telling her what it was like to film Family Feud with the Kardashians.
Kanye was the best Family Feud celebrity panelist we've ever had on the show. He loves the show.
Yes.
His people said, Steve, this is the most Kanye has ever smiled since we've been working. Kanye smiled. When I introduced him, he smiled. When I talked to him at the panel, just tune in and you'll see Kanye smiling.
Yeah.
He's happy. He was very happy with that.
He does not smile a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Kim didn't know nothing.
No, really? No?
Big surprise.
Didn't know nothing.
And they still said, good answer, good answer?
Yeah, well, their family's a little bit different. When you don't give a good answer, they go, what did you say? So it was like you were going, okay, you're supposed to say good answer. No, them Kardashians, it's the best episode.
In about a month or so, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to get the highest ratings we've ever had.
Oh, you sure will.
Man, he knows how to hype it.
Yeah, and Kim didn't know nothing. Boy, what a brilliant statement that was. All right, coming up, well, no, we got a minute. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's bad for hyping bad grammar. And the problem is a lot of people, kids especially, look up to him. Funny guy and all that. You know, and there's nothing wrong with speaking good grammar. And quit hyping the bad stuff. And it just tears down America. Because people are a product of their environment, and you want to add positive to the environment, I would say. Wouldn't you?
Try.
I can see you might want to say something to emphasize something, but he does it the whole show through. It's just fingers on a chalkboard. I can't watch it.
That ain't nothing. You ought to hear somebody else.
And the families they have aren't so bright. I mean, you got to have a 90 IQ to be on there or less. 8 o'clock.
We'll see a lot of sunshine overall today, maybe a couple of partly cloudy periods. It'll be breezy and a lot warmer than yesterday, as highs reach about 78 to 84. We'll be mostly fair and mild tonight with southwest wind and lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Looks blustery and cooler on Thursday under partly to mostly sunny skies. We may see a stray sprinkle or two over the coastal plain and some wind gusts as high as 30 or 40 miles per hour. Highs tomorrow upper 60s north to mid 70s south. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
97.3 FM and 990 AM. WPDB Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen. And on the web at talk973.com.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. In a tweet he sent out within the past hour or so, President Trump is confirming this.
CIA Director Mike Pompeo recently traveled to North Korea to meet with leader Kim Jong-un. The Washington Post first reported Pompeo's meeting with Kim and said that it took place shortly after the CIA date. Meanwhile, President Trump says the U.S. and North Korea were holding direct talks at, as he put it, extremely high levels in preparation for a possible summit with Kim. He says 5 locations are under the meeting, which is slated to take place by early June.
Country around the world, tributes being paid to former First Lady Barbara Bush, who died last evening.
Mrs. Bush was white-haired, plain-spoken, and known for her trademark fake pearl necklaces. She and George H.W. Bush were married for 73 years, the longest marriage of any presidential couple in American history. She had another distinction as well. Mrs. Bush was one of only 2 first ladies who had a child who was elected president. The other was Abigail Adams, wife of John Adams and mother of John Quincy Adams. Barbara Bush was 92 years old. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A federal investigator says the blown engine of a Southwest Airlines plane shows signs of metal fatigue. The malfunction sent off shrapnel that shattered a plane window yesterday, killing a female passenger, injuring 7 others. The airliner headed from New York to Dallas had to make an emergency landing in Philadelphia. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures gaining ground. Dow futures up about 69 points. NASDAQ futures are ahead 26, and S&P 500 futures currently up a dozen points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, this is Jack from Banyan Hill. You might have heard about that $34.6 billion that's expected to be doled out in what we call freedom checks. Huge checks that are changing people's lives from coast to coast. People like Sean from Pittsburgh. In fact, he's on the phone right now. Sean, you there?
Yes, I am, Jack.
Sean, let me ask you, how do you like getting these massive checks in your mailbox every month?
Well, Jack, we used to put stuff on credit cards living paycheck to paycheck. But now, after we started collecting a specific kind of freedom check, I have to say, life's a lot more fun.
I bet it is. In fact, getting massive freedom checks is fun no matter who you are. And with $34.6 billion expected to be paid out in private, non-government money starting as early as May 1st, now's the time to stake your claim on some cash. To get all the details, go to www.freedomchecks128.com before the May 1st deadline. That's www.freedomchecks128.com.
Some U.S. senators have been updated on the recent airstrikes in Syria. Coming out of that briefing, they were met by a crowd of reporters.
And not surprisingly, they didn't say a lot, but Republican Lindsey Graham did say this.
I really appreciate the professional nature of our military. Those who performed these strikes did a very good job.
But Senator Graham is worried about what happens next.
It seems to me that the president is going to pull out of Syria as soon as he can, and I believe ISIS can never be destroyed unless there's a credible holding force.
Democrat Chris Coons has similar concerns.
The only thing worse than a bad plan on Syria is no plan on Syria.
Linda Kenyon, Washington.
International inspectors apparently still waiting to visit the site of an alleged chemical weapons attack in Syria. The delay comes as the U.S. accuses the Syrian government and its ally Russia trying to cover up evidence at the scene. News and analysis at townhall.com. Free food pantries becoming almost as common as a campus bookstore at a growing number of colleges.
More than 570 campus food pantries nationwide are registered with the College and University Food Bank Alliance. The group formed back in 2012. It helps colleges set up food pantries and other hunger programs. Meanwhile, a recently published report found 36% of those surveyed at 2- and 4-year colleges in 20 states had trouble getting enough to eat.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart. L.A. City Councilman David Rue suggesting that city residents consider legal action against Waze. There have been complaints that the traffic app is recklessly guiding motorists off thoroughfares and onto residential neighborhoods in search of shorter and quicker routes. Again on Wall Street this morning, Dow futures up 62, S&P futures 11 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tired of Republicans and Democrats combined? How about some free thinking anchored in the Constitution and the Declaration? Hi, this is Dave Zanotti from the Public Square. You can join in that kind of thought every day at thepublicsquare.com, and you can listen in every week as we look for real answers to real questions. Listen in Saturday at 9 a.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. right here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 a.m. WEEB.
Senator Tom McGinnis is a true conservative. Tom McGinnis knows you work hard for your money and believes you should be able to keep more of it. He fought for the largest tax cut in state history. Tom McGinnis believes in strongly supporting our military and the American dream of home ownership. He was a leader for common sense legislation that eliminated unnecessary regulations on working families. Join us in thanking Senator Tom McGinnis for fighting for what's important. Paid for by the Home Builders Education Fund Incorporated, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
By using local businesses, you give back to your community, supporting your police, fire, and rescue departments, town maintenance, and schools. You create jobs and friendships. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals has been your plumbing contractor for many years and wants to continue serving this great community for many more to come. For outstanding service, call your local plumber, John Cole's Plumbing Professionals, 910-639-4933, 639-4933.
Hey, this is Becky from Pinehurst Concierge Services. We offer help with errand runs, chores, and transportation, drive you to appointments, shopping, do light home cleaning, and computer repairs. I worked at Moore Regional Hospital over 10 years. My partner Bob is a retired Air Force veteran, paramedic, and currently works in computer technology. Pricing is discounted for local residents 55 and older every Wednesday. Go online to pinehurstconciergeservices.com or call 910-683-0555, 683-0555. That's 683-0555.
You already know about Little Dino's great subs, but did you know they make some of the very best pizza as well? But if subs are your preference, then you won't find more choices anywhere else. That's why Little Dino's motto is, more choices, more flavor. And it's true. At Little Dino's, you'll always eat fresh. But unlike some national chains, their staff isn't fresh. So get off the chain gang and come into Little Dino's for more choices, more flavor, and friendly service. Little Dino's, located in Olmsted Village Shopping Center, off 211 in Pinehurst.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Former First Lady Barbara Bush is being remembered as a fiercely loyal wife and mother and a leading public servant in her own right. The wife of President George H.W. Bush and the mother of President George W. Bush died at her home yesterday. Mark Strassman is there.
Former First Lady has been battling health issues for years now. She had a thyroid condition along with heart and lung issues. But right to the end, her family says she was alert, talkative, and enjoying her favorite bourbon.
U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions was in Raleigh yesterday where he announced a new DEA plan to combat the opioid crisis that will propose a way to change the opioid production limits.
Under this proposed new rule, if DEA believes a company's opioids are being diverted or misused, then they will be able to reduce the amount of opioids the company can produce.
There's now word a chemical weapons inspection team has still not been able to visit the site of an alleged chemical weapons attack against civilians in Syria. CBS News correspondent Cami McCormick.
Yesterday, Syrian state media said the team had entered Douma, but later said only a UN advance team made it in. The inspectors from the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons are still waiting. The State Department says the evidence is at risk of decaying as the delays drag on. It's now been 11 days since the alleged attack outside Damascus.
Buncombe County is forming a capital funding committee comprised of principals and other school leaders and will be recommending hiring a consultant team of school security experts. Tim Fairley is director of facilities for the school district and tells WLOS News.
It will be a team, and they will come as one entity, and we'll choose the best team.
A North Carolina City Councilwoman is questioning the reality of 9/11 terrorist attacks. Charlotte City Council member Lawana Mayfield posted on Facebook yesterday. You're listening to NCN News.
First place in election reporting, first place in editorials, another honor for news enterprise reporting. Carolina Journal earned all 3 awards from the North Carolina Press Association. When Carolina Journal watches government, people pay attention. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
For 31 years, Merlefest, presented by Winterworld, has delivered music, moments, and memories to thousands. Join us April 26th through the 29th as some of music's greatest stars gather to perform at this annual musical homecoming. Here, Steep Canyon Rangers with special guests Steve Martin, Chris Christopherson, Jamie Johnson, The Mavericks, Bela Fleck and Abigail Washburn, Robert Earl Keen, Rihanna Giddens, Tommy Emmanuel and Jerry Douglas, Sam Bush, Mandolin Orange, and more. Visit merlefest.org today for a full lineup and tickets.
An engine blew up on a twin-engine Boeing 737 Southwest Airlines plane in midair bound from New York to Dallas with 149 people aboard yesterday. A 43-year-old mother of 2 from New Mexico was killed when she was partially sucked out of a window broken by shrapnel from the engine. A preliminary examination of the blown jet engine by the National Transportation Safety Board shows metal fatigue. CBS News transportation and safety analyst Mark Rosinger.
After a
similar incident that occurred back in August of 2016 on a Southwest Airlines jet. The European Aviation Safety Administration began to look at this and then ultimately decided to require an ultrasonic inspection of these engines looking for any type of fan blade fatigue.
Sheriff's deputies in North Carolina have arrested a man wanted on multiple charges after a woman was reported missing. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says that 43-year-old Brian Edward Leatherman of Vail is charged with first-degree forcible rape and other charges. President Trump says he is looking forward to meeting North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The president told reporters it would probably happen in early June and that 5 locations are being considered for the summit. Robert Kelly is a professor of political science at Pusan National University in South Korea. Speaking via Skype, he says he thinks the summit is very risky.
Very, very concerned the president is not going to be prepped for this and is going to wander into this and make some kind of concession he doesn't really understand as a concession. I think he already did that in giving away a U.S. presidential summit to the North Koreans, which is going to be on propaganda TV loop in North Korea for the next 20 years. He gave that away for nothing.
New figures show recent graduates of a now-closed law school in North Carolina all failed their bar exam. The Charlotte Observer report 11 graduates of the Charlotte School of Law that took the bar exam for the first time in February failed. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
High pressure to our southeast should give us plenty of sunshine around the area today, although it may be partly cloudy on occasion in some areas. It'll be breezy and much warmer than yesterday with highs about 78 to 84. Overnight tonight, mostly fair and mild. We'll have lows that drop into the upper 50s to low 60s. Looks like Thursday will be partly to mostly sunny, windy, and cooler as the front moves through. There may be an isolated sprinkle or two over the coastal plain. Highs tomorrow upper 60s north to mid 70s south. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sandhills, we have sunny skies, 53 degrees, humidity 83%, dew point 48, pressure 2994, winds calm, visibility is at 10 statute miles. It is 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sandhills news for this Wednesday hump day already. The North Carolina Department of Transportation must temporarily close a portion of NC5 in Pinehurst this morning due to emergency repairs to a cross-line pipe. NCDOT maintenance crews plan to close NC5 at 9 this morning between the intersections of Morganton Road and NC2. Through traffic will be directed with signs to use Morganton Road and US 15501 and Midland Road to avoid the closure. Crews will replace the metal pipe, which has deteriorated underneath the road, with a more durable concrete reinforcement pipe before reopening it on Thursday. The department had planned to replace the aging pipe, but officials decided to accelerate the project because rainwater is standing near the road where the pipe is damaged. And celebrating our nation's independence under the glitter display of fireworks could mean oohing and eyeing on a evening other than the 4th this year. The pilot reporting that across the state a shortage of trained firework technicians has put pressure on municipal planners and private communities, with some rescheduling their event on non-traditional dates. On Monday afternoon, Pinehurst officials announced the village 4th Fest concert and fireworks will be held on Tuesday, July 3rd, due to vendor cancellations. The annual parade will go forward as originally scheduled on July 4th. The only other public fireworks display in Moore County is sponsored by the town of Aberdeen. This year's event will be held as planned at Aberdeen Lake on July 4th. That's your latest Sandhills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports. Right here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM, WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The NBA playoffs last night, 3 series in action, and all of them ended with one team taking a 2-0 lead. The Toronto Raptors outscored the Wizards 130-119 in Toronto and are heading to Washington with a 2-0 lead. It's the first time the team has ever had that in history. The Boston Celtics have a 2-0 edge in their first-round playoff matchup with the Bucks after a 120-106 thumping of Milwaukee. The Bucks host Game 3 Friday. The New Orleans Pelicans are headed back to the Crescent City with a 2-0 lead in their first-round series after they trampled the Trailblazers 111-102 in Portland. On the ice, the expansion Las Vegas Golden Knights blanked the Kings 1-0, and they're the first team to advance to the second round of this year's Stanley Cup playoffs. They completed a 4-game sweep of L.A. The Winnipeg Jets, they're 1 win away from advancing to the second round after a 2-0 shutout of Minnesota. And Washington, they're with Columbus. The Caps used double overtime last night to beat the Blue Jackets in Ohio 3-2. Ford announced it's bringing the Mustang to NASCAR's Top Series for the first time. The automaker announced Tuesday the Mustang will replace the Fusion in the Monster Energy Cup Series beginning next February at Daytona. Ford has used the Mustang at the Xfinity Series since 2011, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. says he's looking forward to the pony's debut on the top circuit.
It'll be cool to get back into Mustang, and I felt like it took me 2 or 3 years to get used to calling the Fords a Fusion. Now we're going back to a Mustang, but, all in all, I think these color schemes and paint schemes will look good on a Mustang. And
also on Tuesday, NASCAR announced fines for Stenhouse's crew chief because of his car had loose or missing lug nuts following his 4th-place finish at Bristol. Wake Forest center Darrell Moore says he'll skip his senior season and turn pro. He made the announcement yesterday through the school and thanked Coach Danny Manning and the staff for preparing him to take the next step. This is NCN Sports.
The feel of the open road. No obligations. Just you, your classic car, and freedom from it all. The nightmare's over. You use Stabil 360 ethanol treatment to protect your dream machine from harmful ethanol effects like gum, varnish, and corrosion. Rest easy, car guy. Your engine's running smoothly year-round. Stabil 360. Freedom for your engine and you. Available where fuel additives are sold.
How can we meet the aspirations of 10 million North Carolinians? At the University of North Carolina System, we do it by harnessing the strength of 17 transformative institutions working towards a unified goal, prosperity for all. Today, the system is united as never before. 17 institutions, individually remarkable and collectively extraordinary. This is the University of North Carolina System.
NC State is sharing steps taken to look into potential wrongdoing and cooperate with investigators in the federal corruption investigations into college basketball. The school released a timeline of events since the probe became public last fall. The school has since become swept up in the case, including last week in a rewritten indictment alleging a former Adidas representative arranged a $40,000 payment to go to the parents of an athlete who committed to the Wolfpack. ACC Commissioner John Swofford, meanwhile, said he expects substantive recommendations from the committee seeking ways to reform basketball amid a federal investigation of corruption into the sport. Swofford said he doesn't know what the commission, led by former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, will conclude next week when it presents its report to the Division I Board of Directors and Board of Governors. Swofford said it's hard to argue, though, against the need for substantive change. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
I'm Steve Leader Adams, candidate for Moore County Sheriff. A lot of people have asked me why I haven't put out any signs. Well, the explanation's simple. I'm running as an unaffiliated candidate. Unaffiliated candidates are not guaranteed a spot on the ballot. That's why over 4,000 of you signed a petition in my favor to allow my name on the November 6th ballot as an unaffiliated candidate. That means I am not running as a Republican or Democrat. The May 8th primary ballot will determine which Republican will advance to the November 6th ballot to run against me. So don't panic when you don't see my name on the May 8th ballot. I have a confirmed spot on the November 6th ballot when you will decide who will be the next sheriff of Moore County. Should you show up for the May 8th primary? Absolutely. You should show up and vote for the school bond issue and help decide who will advance in the other primaries. My campaign to become your next sheriff will go full throttle beginning May 9th, at which time I will know which Republican and Democrat I will be running against. In the meantime, please go to adamsforsheriff.com and learn about my plan to restore law enforcement excellence and fiscal independence while saving the county millions of dollars. That's adamsforsheriff.com. Paid for by Adams for Sheriff.
Does the idea of getting out into US 1 traffic make you cringe? The increasing traffic and impersonal service of chain drugstores is a reminder of why we like small town life. Hello, I'm Pat McLean, and I would like to welcome you to McLean Drug. We are located at 735 South Bennett Street beside Gold's Gym. It's all here. Friendly, helpful service, convenient access, drive-through window, and discount prices. So stop by or give us a call at 246-9355.
McLean Drug on Bennett Street in Southern Pines for the personal prescription touch.
It's that time of year when you need to be sure your heating system is running properly for your comfort and to reduce your energy bills. Fields Plumbing and Heating has served Moore County since 1948, when its founder, J. Ellis Fields, started providing heating services to residents and local hotels. Today, Fields Plumbing and Heating continues to provide you the best customer service at the best possible price. Fields Plumbing and Heating, the company with the most experience. Call 910-949-3232. 949-3232.
Good health maintenance is about more than just good medicine. That's why Health Innovation Pharmacy is offering the Ideal Protein Weight Loss Clinic program. The CDC identifies obesity as public enemy number one. Now, we could also list the issues like diabetes, heart disease, stroke, vision issues, and many others. But you know them already. What this program offers is the knowledge to help you win the weight loss fight without losing muscle mass. Stop by Health Innovation and let them discuss how the two-step Ideal Protein Weight Loss program will help you lose weight, but also maintain that weight loss. Book your journey into good health today. Also, it's flu season, so don't forget your flu and shingles shot. Health Innovation Pharmacy on Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines, locally owned, is serving Moore County since 2001.
Southern Tropics Pools and Spas has moved. Hi, this is Melinda Vaughn, owner of Southern Tropics Pools and Spas. As the area's authorized dealer for Hayward, Pentair, Natural Chemistry, and Clear Result, and a warranty center for Hayward, Pentair, Jandy, Polaris, Southern Tropics is the clear professional choice. We strive to build quality custom pools that can be enjoyed for years to come, using only the best equipment and materials, and we don't install substandard equipment because we want our customers to be proud to show off their pools. Please check out our Facebook page for a sample of some of our work. Southern Tropics Pools and Spas, now located next to Golf Augusta, beside Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue on US 1 in Southern Pines.
Spring is coming, and what better time to update your floors? From April 2nd to May 12th, you can spring for green and get a rebate of up to $500 on select Shaw floors. Plus, enjoy 24-month special financing. Choose Shaw Carpet, hardwood, resilient, laminate, tile, or stone, and save. See store for details.
Visit Aberdeen Carpet on Highway 5 in Aberdeen near the Habitat store. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturdays 9 to 4. Go to aberdeencarpet.com or call 944-6204. Precise details, assured performance, ingenious technology. Together, they command a masterful experience. Take control of your road with the all-new 2018 Cadillac CTS sedan. Current GM lessees can now receive $750 towards the lease or purchase of a new 2018 Cadillac CTS. $409 a month for 39 months for qualified lessees, with $45.89 due at signing. Experience the Clark Cadillac difference. Come pick yours out today at Clark Cadillac on Dundee Road in Pinehurst.
I'm an official sounding scientist, and I'm here for a comfort experiment. We're going to recreate the way your home heating system works in your car. Crank up your heat. Blast it at your face. Starting to break a sweat? This is central heating. A Mitsubishi Electric Zone comfort solution with hyperheating allows you to get just the right amount of heat exactly where you need it. Fast. No cold drafts. It's comfort made personal. This concludes our little comfort experiment.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. 235-0606.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I was one of those lucky kids who grew up with his grandpa always around. He used to do all the stereotypical things that grandpas did in those days. My favorite one was fishing. He took me fishing at Padre Island, Texas. We'd camp on the beach for a week at a time. We didn't use a tent. We slept on cots out underneath the stars, and I loved it. At daybreak, we'd get up, he'd fix breakfast, and we'd fish all day. It was a little boy's dream. As I grew up, my grandpa grew old. The man who I used to think was the strongest man in the world, tied only with my dad, got weak and forgot things, and one day he died. I want to tell you what my grandma told me on the day he died. She said, "Johnny, I know your granddad never told you he loved you, but he did. His generation didn't say those words. Your granddad didn't say it, but I hope you know how much he loved you by his actions." And I did. Sometimes we don't do so well saying things. It's my belief that people who've been in politics a long time get used to knowing just exactly how to phrase something. They hardly ever make a mistake. But you can count on it. People who are new to politics will make mistakes, and when they do, look out. Their much more seasoned opponent will jump on it. Let me get to my point. If you want to know how politicians will act in the future, forget their words. Look what they've done in the past. I do, in the Zoom zone.
We'll see a lot of sunshine overall today, maybe a couple of partly cloudy periods. It'll be breezy and a lot warmer than yesterday as highs reach about 78 to 84. We'll be mostly fair and mild tonight with southwest wind and lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Looks blustery and cooler on Thursday under partly to mostly sunny skies. We may see a stray sprinkle or two over the coastal plain and some wind gusts as high as 30 or 40 miles per hour. Highs tomorrow upper 60s north to mid 70s south. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills number one morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Let Wednesday begin!
They're trying to force all online retailers to collect sales tax.
You hear that, dudes? We'll be rich!
Windy day in Oklahoma, and forecasters warn that could further fuel wildfires.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
A cyber attack targeting internet routers around the world.
You can actually change the password on your router.
Sonia Sotomayor broke her shoulder in a fall at her home.
I've fallen, and I can't get up!
Showtime.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Coming soon, 104.1 FM. We'll tell you more about that. Hopefully within 30 days, we'll have that up, fired up and running. But we'll see. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And ladies, I'm the LeaderMan swoon-inducing sidekick Matt Horsley, and that's just my breath. Text line number is 910-690-0116, 910-0116.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. If you're on a mobile device, we suggest the YouTube app and put Mornings with the LeaderMan in there. LeaderMan, all one word, and we'll pop up at the top. If you're on your mobile device, just want that crystal clear digital audio stream, well, iTunes, TuneIns will all provide it for you, as well as many other platforms. Just put WEEB into the search. If you're on our website, it's easy to get to. It's in the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages at talk973.com. Tap that little icon one time that says listen live, and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills, this will be the warmest day of the week. Sunny today, 81 for a high. Then tonight, mostly clear, 61 for a low. We're on the other side of this front tomorrow. It'll pump in cooler air. Look for a high of 73 for Thursday under sunny skies. Still sunny Friday, but cooler, high of 64. And a tad warmer on Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 67. Sunday looks good too, partly cloudy, 68. Next chance of rain moves in next Monday and Tuesday. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are calm, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 2994, dew point 48. Humidity 83, is sunny and 53 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. You know, I was at the post office yesterday, and I was had gone in and gotten, mail and some checks in, and I was filling out a deposit slip in my car, and this lady pulled in beside me, and she, of course, saw the Adams for Sheriff's decals on the side of the car, and she tapped and said, "Are you Mr. Adams?" I went, "Yes." And she was asking about whether I had enough signatures to get on the ballot. I said, "Oh yeah, we surpassed that, and we are on the November 6th ballot, not the May 8th ballot. May 8th ballot's the primary that people are, since there's more than one candidate going for the office in a particular party, they have to basically fight it out in the primary, and the winner advances to the May 6th ballot, which will decide who gets the office against their other opponent.
So the parties battle it out.
Yeah, the parties battle it out. This is a Democrat and Republican battle. I'm going in as an independent this time, and so I had to do it by signatures. You can't just go in and say, "I want to be on the ballot as an independent." They say, "Okay, you can, but first go out and get your 4,000 signatures. Then we'll talk about it." So we got that, and because graciously a lot of you felt like at least ought to have a chance to run. So we're on the ballot. And right now those that are battling left and right wish they were in my position.
Yeah.
But regardless.
And the Democrat that's running is not on the ballot also because he doesn't have a primary challenger.
Well, the lady I was talking to is a serviceman's wife. Her husband has been deployed for 9 months. And she had a beautiful little daughter that, I looked at her and I said, I told her daughter, I said, "I want to thank you for your service because I know how hard it is to worry about your dad who's been away for 9 months. But hopefully, I asked when the deployment was going to end and they didn't know."
You know, Steve, that is no light thing. On
No.
kids, deployments can be very, very tough.
Wives, too. I mean, every day you don't know if a horrible call, if the chaplain's going to show up on your door or not.
Yeah.
And I guess there's no getting used to it, but you get to where you can deal with it. And anyway, you could see the nervousness in the young girl's eyes, but she was a brave one. And so I thanked her for her service, which I think she appreciated, that somebody realizes what she goes through.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were all, her mother was pulling for me and praying for me, and I need all that.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it's great to meet her. And I think we're going to do this, folks. Her big issue was the good old boy system that's stuck up there in the system. And right now, with the Republican side, it doesn't matter who wins, the good old boy system will stay.
And good old boy system is another name for establishment.
Yeah, and that's going to be the first thing that goes when they get there. We're going to get the mindset changed from that of a bureaucrat to more of a free-thinking type of mindset, and get these deputies out of their own pockets. They do a whole lot of things that just basically cost the taxpayer a ton of money that don't need to be done. But that's just how it's always done, and they look at it, well, the taxpayer pays for it, no sweat off my teeth. But I'm going to show them how they are in their own pocket. I said, when you're in your own pocket, hey, it's a little tougher to give out the raises when you've spent the money on stuff we didn't need to spend it on. But I'll get more into that after the primaries and explain that more in our commercials. But that's one of the things that has to go. But I'm the only one that's going to be able to change that. Otherwise, you get the same old thing. All right, and one thing that bugs, well, I'm just going to stay out of it. All right, let's move on. All right, pay for it by it, for sure. Okay, let's prove Matt wrong since he's in an FKA mood today. As we do a little program we call Yes or BS.
And now it's time for Yes.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Or BS.
Don't give me that good bullshit.
All right, time for another rousing round of Yes or BS. This is where we'll give Matt a statement, and all he has to do is say, why, yes, Steve, that's true. Or
Bring
no.
it on, shrinking purple man. I
Or no,
scoff in your general direction.
No, it's total BS. The Disney Channel turns 35 years old today. It launched in April 18th of 1883, and that's our subject. You have to guess how, let's see, you have to guess how old these other networks are.
Stephen, it actually launched in 1983.
That's what I said.
No, you said 18.
Okay. All right. All right.
I am the FK, what?
FKA.
FKA.
Friggin' know it all.
Do not challenge me.
Well, we're getting ready to. I hope you're ready for this. Out of NBC, CBS, and ABC, ABC is the oldest.
No, BS.
Which is the oldest?
NBC is.
Yep, and CBS both hit the air in 1941, ABC 1948. The Disney Channel is older than Fox.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is. Nickelodeon has been around since the 70s.
Yes.
It launched April 1st, 1979. Fox News has been around for 22 years.
20?
CNN has been around more than twice that long.
Fox News, 22 years. Yes.
No.
More like 30?
The first part is right, but not the twice as long part. Fox launched in October of 1996, almost 22 years ago, and CNN launched in June of 1980, 38 years ago.
Oh, you weenie.
So it's 16 years older than Fox News, but not twice as old. The Spanish language station Telemundo launched in Mexico over 50 years ago.
Yes.
No. BS. Telemundo started as WKAQ in Puerto Rico, 1954.
Wow, I didn't know
And
that.
it's not a network in Mexico, but it has deals with other companies to air some of its shows. So you missed 2 out of 5. That's a 60. Mr. FKA, you flunked.
No, I got a D.
No, you flunked.
I got a D. By the way, one of those was weenie. Weenie in all capital letters on your part.
59.9. Which is an F. In high school, it's a true F. In college, it's barely an F, but still. And we work off the ABC no credit system here. So it's 5 questions tried, no credit.
Man, it gets worse and worse all the time for me.
So it was the first year I went to North Carolina State. It used to be an ABCDF system, and they changed it to ABC no credit. So anything below a C was considered an F.
Poor Matt just can't win.
On your grade point average. It was tough. It was tough. All righty. Let's move on to rim shots. Get those done. Another part of everyone's favorite part of the program. Let's see. Get some things out of the way so it moves smoothly. Khloe Kardashian named her daughter True because she wanted a name that has a long history in the family. So it was either that or the name Instagram. Screen Actors Guild will no longer allow auctions in hotel rooms. Anyone who thinks hotel rooms automatically lead to sex Needs to vacation with my ex-wife. Starbucks is closing all of its stores on May 29th to give employees racial bias education.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, Coffee Bean employees are being trained to handle the flood of unemployed screenwriters that they'll be inundated with on that day. David Edgerton, the founder of Burger King, has died at the age of 90. He was able to live 90 by not ever eating at a Burger King. A French man just became the world's first recipient of 2 face transplants. If you want to hear more about this story, you can either go online or wait patiently for Nicolas Cage to put out another movie. Scientists have developed an enzyme that may be able to eat plastic. Good news for the environment, bad news for actresses in Hollywood. Staying up late may lead to an early death because Jimmy Fallon's incessant giggling makes people smother themselves. Baked beans are among the best breakfast food to help you lose weight, and shortly after eating them, you'll find they're also excellent food to help you lose friends, too. I don't know what it is with this mouse can't communicate. Man, it's like moving around a sluggish pig. You just can't get it to go where you want it to go.
Are you talking about me now?
Well, you too. That was a given. All righty. Okay. Well, let's do what we really enjoy doing around here, and that's going after the bad guys.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had that dream.
All right, my friends, it's time once again to drawing your big breath of air straight across the floor. And let your big hairy chest stick out straight across the floor. In the style of the Duke, John Wayne, it's only he can command the floor. Open up those closet doors. Look at all 30 of your Liberty safes. Today we're going to go, this is Smith & Wesson week this week.
Yes, it is.
We got a bunch of them parked here in safe number 18. Then we're going to open that bad boy up, let Matt reach in and grab one.
We are going to go with a nice full-size 9mm. This is the Smith & Wesson 5906. And beautiful gun. Stainless steel, walnut grips. Very nice.
All right, well, we'll throw that into the shoulder holster, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop ass as we now head out the door in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. When this guy got dressed last Wednesday night, it was almost like he could see his future. His stupid future. A 54-year-old guy named Daryl Lee Campbell was pulled over in Port St. Lucie, Florida around 3 in the morning on Thursday when the police saw him swerving in the highway in his pickup truck. Now, when the cops pulled him over, they found Daryl was only in his underwear, which happened to be funny novelty boxers that said drunk, free breathalyzer test. Anyway, and that's some quality irony, since it would turn out Daryl was, guess what, driving drunk. Although he refused to take any sobriety test, even his own. So he didn't take one either at the police station, real or double entendre style. The police think he was probably looking for prostitutes, since they also found other things in the car that led to that belief. Let's just leave it at that. He's facing misdemeanor DUI charges. Yeah, another winner out there driving a car that can kill you. Stupid criminal news number 2. 36-year-old Dante Rashad Anderson walked into an Arby's in Oklahoma with an important announcement. He told the employees, attention, he had come from the future, and he needed some food to take back with him. It's a few light-year trip here. We got to have some Arby's. Translation, there are no Arby's in the future, so I'll just say it. If in the future we'll be living in a world without Arby's, then I want this for the ride. Anyway, Dante grabbed a handful of bacon and chicken and walked out. He also broke a glass door on the way out, started kicking cars while he crossed the street and ate his bacon. He was arrested on several charges, including robbery by force or fear and destruction of property. The police aren't sure if he was high, drunk, or just had some kind of mental breakdown. They're not considering he was telling the truth. And by the way, Dante said he was only from 4 years in the future. So if Arby's goes bankrupt and vanishes blockbuster style by 2020, we should revisit this moment and apologize to Dante. And last but not least, you rarely see criminals this dedicated to help children get through pre-calculus. 23-year-old Anesta Smith of Las Vegas, Nevada, was pulled over in Moorhead, North Dakota last week because the license plate was registered to a different car that was stolen. So the police searched the car and found Anesta was smuggling some fascinating cargo. 108 Texas Instrument grafting calculators, to be exact. And you made it, if you made it a decent level of high school math, you know what we're talking about here. But also, she had a tool that stores She also had a tool that stores use to deactivate the alarms on things when you buy them. Okay.
Something's not written right there.
Yeah, it isn't. In other words, she can get the security tag off. That's what it boils down to. She claims she bought all the calculators and was planning to sell them in Vegas for a profit, but the police didn't buy it. She was arrested on felony charges of receiving stolen property, possession of burglary tools, and bringing stolen goods into the state. And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Wednesday Hump Day. Okay. 8:48, 48 past the hour. All right. Stick your arm up in the air. Put your fingers up as called for as we play everybody's favorite game.
And now it's time for...
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Random facts for today. Maybe a spare if you're good. Number one, most of the movie Gangs of New York was filmed in Italy. On the set's design, it looked like New York in the 19th century. Sting, the singer, doesn't own the rights to the name Sting. The registered owner with the U.S. Patent Office is a pro wrestler, Sting, but he lets the other Sting use his name too. Mariah Carey recorded All I Want for Christmas in August of 1994, so they brought Christmas trees into the studio to make it feel like Christmas, even though it was summer. The National Guard started with a militia in Massachusetts in 1636, which means the National Guard is 140 years older than the United States. And the word malaria comes from medieval Italian malaria, translates to bad air. It's because people initially thought bad-smelling air from swamps spread the disease. But they didn't know it was the mosquito in the swamps.
Logical connection.
And that's your stupid criminal news. Your random facts for today. Okay. 8:50, 50 past the hour. Clean up some stuff here. All right, let's move over here. Things you need to know so you do not sound stupid today. Steven Spielberg is the first director to have movies that have earned over $10 billion at the box office. Kanye West has returned to Twitter, in case you cared. Air Canada is going to introduce lie-back seats in business class for some of their longer coast-to-coast flights. Netflix say they're through with their price hikes for now. North and South Korea are planning to make a stunning announcement at their Leaders Summit next week, a permanent end to the 68-year state of war between them. And Trump hater Eva Longoria got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this week. It's right next to Donald Trump's. I'm just kidding. Oh, man.
That was funny.
All right, today's impossible question. 64% of women would give this up for 3 months in exchange for a more youthful face. No, it's not sex.
Chocolate.
Manicures. From a did you know category, if you're 60 or older, you've lost about half of these.
Taste buds.
That's right. If you're keeping a close eye on your calories, you'll be glad to know that watching a scary movie burns about 320 calories. 20% of people say they call themselves at least once a week. Why?
They call themselves to get off a phone call.
No, find their phone.
Oh.
57% of employers are less likely to promote someone who uses this in the office.
Heroin.
Well, profanity.
Oh.
According to a recent survey, no wonder I can't get a promotion around here. According to a recent survey, 1 out of 3 married women were disappointed in this from their husband.
His level of romance.
How they were proposed to.
Oh.
Almost 10% of households in America do not have one of these.
10% don't have one of these.
I would guess TV, but that's not it. Or internet.
A chinchilla.
A car. Including hot sauce in your diet will help you do this.
Lose weight.
Burn more calories. Yep, and I'll be scrubbing my tongue for a week, trying to get that off.
You old softy.
Some people, it just sticks. It won't come off. According to Glamour magazine, 163 pounds is the average weight of a woman. What is the average goal weight of a woman?
The average goal weight, 120.
133. 16% of women say they've been treated badly because of their weight. 10% is the average number of attempts a woman has tried to lose weight. 63% of women...
Wait, 10, that didn't say that again? 10 times, maybe?
I'm sorry, 10 times is the average number of attempts. 63% of women step on the scale at least once a week, and 57% say they'd rather be rich than at their dream weight forever.
Well, yeah.
How about getting your dream weight forever and then get rich?
Or get rich, and then you can afford to have somebody come in and get you down to your dream weight.
Right, like Hollywood does.
Hire your own chef.
Well, your trainer comes in and works you out every day. All right, let me see your biceps. Work hard here.
Who's the guy with the curly hair that used to do the TV show?
Jack LaLanne.
No, the curly hair, the gay guy.
I don't know.
Okay.
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons, yeah. Hire Richard Simmons to come in, ladies. You'll love him.
I don't keep up with your friends and close associates, and I'll stop there. All right, match the mouth.
Oh, I'm good at this. This is celebrity stuff.
Some people have to work within the existing consciousness, while some people can shift the consciousness. Oh, heavy stuff here. Was that Kanye West, James Comey, President Trump, Alec Baldwin, or Jim Carrey?
As much as I want to say Kanye West, I'm going to say Jim Carrey. Kanye West.
Kanye West. Who else would say something that stupid?
Well, Jim Carrey said some stupid stuff.
I have moments of weakness, but mostly I brush off the criticism. Was it Selena Gomez, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, Khloe Kardashian, or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. Selena Gomez. One of the other three.
Khloe Kardashian. And lastly, I thank God that I didn't get what I thought I deserved. Was it Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Katy Perry, Beyonce, or Carrie Underwood?
Carrie Underwood.
It was Carrie Underwood.
In your face, Purple Man.
1 out of 3.
Wait a minute. Why'd you buzz me?
Because you failed. You got a 33 on this exam.
Oh, that was an overall buzz. I got it.
Yeah. You only got 33.
Hey, just go on with the show. I'm going to be wiping the tears away from my eyes over here.
I know. It's tough to be a failure all day long, isn't it? All right. How much time we got? Oh, a minute. That's it. All right. All right, here you go. Things you need to know. There are a lot of insecure people who are going to have to rethink their entire photo strategy. According to a study out of the University of Arizona, spending your hard-earned tax money on stuff you already knew. Not smiling does not make people think you're cooler. It actually makes them think you're less cool. Researchers found that when someone didn't smile in a photo, the main way other people describe them is cold, which obviously is a lot different from cool. Right?
Yes.
I mean, don't you hate when your parents say, come on, smile for the picture? You go, please. And you don't feel like smiling.
Some people can just turn that smile on and are photogenic. I've got to have somebody say something funny to make me smile.
All right, so it goes for this, I do that all day. For this Wednesday hump day, have yourself a great safe day. We'll see you back fighting early tomorrow for a Thumping Thursday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog. We'll all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Hot Dog Park.
And I'm Matt Horsey with a brilliant prayer for addicts and non-addicts alike. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Good thing for traffic there going through the traffic circle. Stay tuned for the Chris Plant Show. Join the conversation and like us at facebook.com/WEEB990.